Hey y'all, when it comes to building your digital brand, look no further than Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for all of your online needs. It is incredibly easy to get started with Squarespace. The tools that they provide are second to none. If you're a creator, Squarespace makes it super easy to monetize your brand and sell exclusive content via member areas. And with the Squarespace Video Studio app, you can create pro-level videos effortlessly. All of that is combined in one incredibly easy to use service. If I can do it, if Kid Fury can do it, then you can do it as well. So head on over to squarespace.com/read to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch your site, use offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/read, offer code READ. Let them know we sent you, and let's start the show.
Okay, welcome back to another edition of these particular shenanigans. Well,
we're here and we're queer.
How are you doing this week?
I am a little tired. You know, things are busy. My birthday's Friday. So I am busy preparing for that. It's the big 4-0. And I'm very excited. Move out the way, because I'm turning 40, so and it's very
I'm just so over it. Like, I was letting you do it that 1 week.
It's my birthday. It's my birthday.
All right, so this week too, this 1 week as well. Like, you know, right.
And at my birthday party, and then after that, I'm done.
Yes, sure. Fine.
Okay, but so there's that. So I'm tired with the preparations, but I'm excited at the same time.
Why are you tired with preparation? You shouldn't be preparing.
Well, because it's just, you know, I'm trying to clean my house because niggas are gonna come over, I'm sure, at some point, and I still have, you know, the stress of school, trying to get things done, my sewing class.
Well, there's that.
Where we're literally making outfits this week in my sewing class. So it's like...
that is sickening.
I know, and I have class on my birthday, and I could skip, but I'm not going... I know, right? Like, I'm fully going to be eligible to go on Drag Race after this.
Not you knowing how to sew before, like, a good third of the contestants these days. I'm sick.
Me, Simone, and Jinx Monsoon are in the workroom, and it's a design challenge. And the girls...
Guess who's winning? Crystal.
Because these bitches are hot gluing shit together. And I'm over here like, oh girl, you don't know how to sew? I'm the Trinity. I'm like, what? I'm over here helping everybody. Yeah, bitch, I'll go ahead and finish your pants for you. But you know, busy, but I can't really complain. I'm feeling more grateful than anything else. How are you, friend?
That's lovely. I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Life is just so much.
Oh, yeah.
And I first noticed y'all cut last week's wellness check out of there. That was cute.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, it got a little intense.
Got a little too real.
It got a little intense, friend.
That's fine. But you know, here we are. Strutting our stuff the best way we can.
Absolutely.
And we're going to get into some Black excellence.
Yes, because we're just doing our fucking best. You are the Black excellence this week. Shout out to Kid Fury for being here, period.
So this week's Black excellence goes to first a woman by the name of Megan Peace. She's the first Black woman puppeteer in the history of Sesame Street.
Insanity.
She got the role in 2021, September to be exact, and plays the role of a Muppet named Gabrielle, who is a 6-year-old Black Muppet. It says that she fell in love with ventriloquism.
That's it.
I think I said that right.
Yep.
When she was around 10 years old, when she was in elementary school, she was on Oprah when she was 15. So she's already leaps and bounds past most of us.
Right.
And she said she did not know that she was making history as the first Black woman on Sesame Street when she got the role. She said she would have cried like a baby on the 1, 2, 3 steps if she'd found out beforehand. And that the sets of Sesame Street are like walking into a fantasy. She says, quote, "What I consider the magic of ventriloquism is getting to share that experience with someone else and have them believe that our conversations are real. I realized the impact the writing could have on an audience and that every age could learn something from the show. From then on, my goal was to have a theme woven into every performance." I love Sesame Street just as, oh, this isn't a quote anymore. Personally, I love Sesame Street.
You do.
Just as a program that at least attempts to progress and evolve and move on with time in an effort to really not only educate kids, but also represent kids from all different cultures and walks of life.
Right.
And experiences. So having a Black woman, unfortunately, the first one, as old as Sesame Street.
The real tragedy, because Sesame Street is hella old and has been been striving for this, hashtag diversity thing for a long time. So
we're also in like a yes we can era of more, like I think Black people being like, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, and I know a Black man played Elmo for a long time, probably still does. I'm not sure if it's the same guy or not, but for it to be 2022 and we're just now getting a Black woman, and then for her to be like, oh, bitch, if they had told me that, I would have melted on the fucking steps. It's just too much. It's too much, but I'm glad to hear this and very happy for this young lady. When you said her name, at first I thought you were saying Megan Pete, and I was like, oh my God, what did the stallion do? But it's a totally different stallion who is also doing incredible things. So yeah, shout out to her.
There you go.
It's
I didn't even consider that.
Beautiful piece of news.
Okay, so let's get into some Emmy news.
Okay, I love that. Oh, yes, let's get into the fucking Emmys. I know you didn't watch. You probably didn't, but I did.
I watched.
Okay, let's get into it. I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Well,
because I was just going to do my Black excellence.
I was going to say, obviously, first things first. As far as I'm concerned, Abbott Elementary, a show that is so dear to my heart, picked up, I think, 3 Emmys, including one for Quinta for Best Writing for the pilot, and then one, of course, for the icon, the literal living, breathing Black legend, Cheryl Lee Ralph for, I think,
couldn't be happier.
Best Supporting Actress. Yes, I will refrain from doing the accent out of respect for both you and her.
Thank you so much.
But
my Jamaican goddess.
Yes, your Jamaican goddess. I cried when her children posted the video of her like reacting to getting the nomination when they were in Jamaica and she got that phone call. But for her to get on stage and sing the way she did and then say the things she said, it just meant so much to me. And I just felt like,
first of all, like dream girl.
I'm full.
Like the fact that she went up there and opened up her mouth.
Literally.
I was like, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead and say, sweeties, from the Emmys to the Tonys to the, like, I do it all, just so you know. But thank you for this one.
Absolutely
Second
incredible.
Black woman to win Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series since Jackée Harry won it for, I think, 227.
Since Jackée Harry in 227, yes. And I think only a handful of Black people to win this award. Like, I know Lena Waithe won it, I think, it was like a co-win for Master of None. And last year, Old Girl won. Chewing Gum, Michaela Cole won, but that was in the drama category. So it's like a very small handful of Black people who have won writing awards at the Emmys. And Quinta can count herself in that number. Cheryl Lee Ralph been overdue for, recognition from the mainstream.
So they both look so good.
Baby, that studded ponytail. Come on. I said, come through, braid. Come through.
Lizzo won Outstanding Competition Program for her show.
Yes, knocked off Drag Race with
which has won every year since 2018.
Yes, and somebody else pointed out to me that before that, The Amazing Race had won like 10 years in a row.
Yeah.
So since this category has even been a thing, basically like 3 shows have won this Emmy, and it's mainly been RuPaul and The Amazing Race. So for Lizzo to come through with Watch Out for the Big Girls, something that's like inspiring and uplifting, I mean, and honestly, let's be real, Drag Race deserved it because they didn't let no girls go home for like the first 6 weeks. And
I mean, this season was weird.
it was weird. It was
This season
weird.
was like
so
really weird.
Shout out to Lizzo. Shout out to fucking Rue.
Oh my gosh.
I
was gonna say,
I can't handle the young biracial goddess. I cannot. It's something about that goddamn Zendaya. And we all saw it. We saw the scene. When we saw the scene live on television, we said, there's the Emmy. But when she kicked that fucking Dorian child, when she threw her 98-pound body into that wooden door and made that bitch splinter.
Is the second time I think she won this award last year as well.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
And I was like, okay, black girl, young, bright future ahead of her. I'm watching the same shit everybody else is watching. I'm like, they need to give her this award. Are they going to give it to her because she won already? And they're going to be like, oh, Zendaya's young and lovely and we
acting her ass off. Right.
Give her goddamn belonging.
Period. We saw it.
I don't give a motherfuck. Yes. And they did exactly what was needed.
They did.
Because that young lady did some acting up on the HBO. Yes, she did.
On down to the HBO studio. On down to the HBO lot. Yes, she did. And not to take away from all the other nominees, not to take away even from her other co-stars in Euphoria, Nika King and
Nika King is fantastic.
Yes, and what's her name? Storm
Reid.
Storm Reid. Yes, not to take because they are absolutely killing it on this show and in this scene. But it's something about Zendaya, little crackhead ass, like showing out.
When she was trying to open that goddamn Jolly Rancher, I was like, we don't have anything to talk about. Sister. we don't have anything.
Never knew how much I missed you. It is so to see Zendaya rack it up, at 20, just a fresh 26 years old, and already with her second Emmy for like an acting nomination, just could not be me more proud. And to all the Black people who were nominated, whether you won or not, to all of y'all, shout out to you for
being in the building,
making these shows what they are,
shaping the culture.
Absolutely, absolutely doing that.
Important, and we see you and we love you.
Yes, just so many people. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I know Ashley Nicole Black with Ted Lasso and
work.
Ryan Ken with oh my God, whose late night show is that? No, because it's the only one I like. The little funny British man. Last Week Tonight.
James Cor. Oh, yes. John Oliver's
yes, show. John Oliver. So yes, shout out to Ryan Ken, the non-binary personality who is part of that team. Last Week Tonight. That's what I'm saying. I could not believe that I couldn't remember his name. I'm blanking on white people right now, but
that's like the only one I'll actually sit and and legit watch.
Yes, because it's so good and they really get into topics. And I enjoyed it the same way I enjoyed Full Frontal. But yes, to all the Blacks who were nominated, who won, who were just there, who are working in television and film, but obviously, specifically TV. Thank you so much for your work. We appreciate you.
You looked good and shiny.
You did. Y'all looked incredible. Natasha Rothwell, bitch, gorgeous. Gorgeous. I wept. She was so beautiful. What, Issa? Did you see? Of course you saw. I said, get Issa out my fucking face, man.
I can't stand her.
She's too fucking beautiful.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah.
Oh, I just put this.
Just like nothing.
Oh, me? This Bob?
What? Me? Oh,
me and a chocolate Bob. Sure.
What? This?
Still rooting for everybody Black, Laverne. Laverne.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, niggas made my night. They did. They always do.
Alrighty, let's get into some pop culture news with our section called Hot Tops, 3,000 Years of Pegging, starring Tilda Swinton.
My favorite hobby.
Idris Elba.
I love it.
Who else is in that damn movie?
10 years of pegging. Never saw it.
3,000
Leagues under the booty hole. Never saw it.
Yeah, it's Idris Elba.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think Tilda Swinton.
My favorite porn.
There you go. All right, couple of updates from last week. You talked about Blaze getting shot up.
We did.
The Candy Burresses. I don't know why I like calling her Candy Burress. Like, it makes it sound like Duress. I need to grow up.
It's fine.
So Candy has a restaurant, Blaze Steak and Seafood, in southwestern Atlanta. And we spoke last week about how there was some sort of violent incident between employees where one of them was shot. What I did not mention, because I did not know, is apparently the person who was shot was Candy's cousin, who's also a chef at the restaurant.
Right.
So apparently the suspect of the shooting, 41-year-old Henry Darden, was arrested on Thursday, charged with aggravated assault, and he's currently being held without bond down at the Fulton County.
Well,
I still don't have any information as to what exactly prompted this shooting, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it was nothing reasonable.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I doubt that this man, Chef Melvin, said, "Hey, Henry, I'm going to chop up your parents and put them in this pot, and I'm going to cook them.
Oh yeah,
tonight."
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Out of your parents, I'm doing it.
What? Why are we shooting each other? What are we doing?
And I'm sure
just fight.
If the details ever come out, it's going to be something extremely stupid. It's going to be so dumb. Oh my God. Niggas everywhere are going to be like, you risked your freedom for the rest of your life. Like, what if you had killed this man? You risked it over him not accepting your friend request on Candy Crush or whatever. It's going to be something. Therapy. It's going to be something so dumb. But yeah, not surprised. And it is what it is, child. When y'all threaten people's physical safety, I can't be mad when they press charges or whatever else, because you are literally asking for that. Don't fuck with me. Doing? Yeah. Don't fuck. Like how the Barbs are getting sued. Don't fuck. Don't fuck with me.
I still think it's not too late to market this into the menu. Because the restaurant's already called Blaze.
Not the shooter bitch
A's
salad.
A big flame. You could turn the flame sideways and then kill the. Yeah. Blaze Buffalo Bites.
Oh my God, please. And they come with
Blaze
a little
Buffalo Bullets.
Yeah, I was gonna say they come with a little decorative bullet.
Yeah.
It has
bullet
sauce bites and parsley sprinkled on top. You just lick that off and take the bullet home. The same way y'all do that silverware.
Boom and Blaze Bullet Bites.
Oh my God. And it's literally there's a little bullet nestled amongst egg white bites.
Someone was shot. Okay, I'm sure
niggas are gonna order it.
Good time.
Oh yeah, no, full recovery and all that. Best wishes. I just want to say it is my birthday, so I am drinking. So if your girl is slurring some words or whatever, I don't care, because it's my fucking birthday.
I'm also drinking. So.
It's my fucking birthday, and I'm having some fucking tequila. Okay.
It's not your birthday yet,
but. It's my birth month, actually.
And you know what? At this point, we're celebrating all of it. It's my
birthday. Pour it up. Yeah, not your birth year. You know what, friend? Your birthday is in the next 3 months, so technically it's your birthday season as well.
There's that.
So you pour it the fuck up.
Candy also said that basically fuck Carlos King. I'm paraphrasing. Okay. Basically, she said on a Instagram interview thingy that Carlos King allegedly stole the rights to Escape's life story and sold it to TV One. And she found this out when she got a call from someone who was like, hey, girl, I was in a meeting to direct the Escape story and I want to know something about something. And she was like, what, bitch? I know nothing about this. And she was like, yeah, girl, they took the meeting and everything, bitch. And Carlos King has got the tea, bitch. And all this other stuff. And then something about how they had even reached out to her mom about doing an interview under the guise of something else. But it was actually for this Escape movie and blah, 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 and whatnot. Carlos King just posted a screenshot of a tweet from someone that says, with every elevation is demonic agitation.
Oh, Christ.
Sounds like it's from the Kimberell Church.
Does indeed.
Give me your money and wash my hands.
Yeah, sounds a little guilty actually to me.
I don't know how, but okay, so stole how?
Yeah.
How did he steal it? Did he just take the meeting and be like, hey,
right,
we finna do the Escape story and just didn't tell them? How? Who has the rights to it? Exactly
that. When you say like he did a deal with TV One and he sold the life story, it must not have had the word escape or that specific spelling. It must not have represented the group like in any official manner. But also Carlos King is a reality TV producer. So yeah. I don't expect him to do things that aren't shady, as crazy as that sounds. But like, if your job is producer of very popular reality TV shows, I don't expect you to be the most morally upstanding person I've ever met. No shade. I just don't.
That's fair.
And I'm sure it's the sort of thing where like you read the synopsis or you read the script and you're like, bitch, this is a story of escape. Like, you talking about a light-skinned girl who come in and then she let her light-skinned rapper boyfriend take over her career, and the whole time Candy got a baby and dealing with this other stuff, and then there are these two sisters, and it's like, I wonder who you're talking about. You know, like, I feel like it was probably very blatant like that.
What I'm confused about is like, how do you steal it? Like, Carlos King can't put on, you know, like a catsuit from Fashion Nova and then hop over Candy and Todd's wooden fence and you know, roll through their begonias,
right?
And then like, you know, do a cartwheel through the laser security system, and then tick through the safe and unlock the secret patty formula. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Without knowing like what the script says or what the treatment for this was going to look like, I have no idea, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's like a story that is extremely parallel to that of Escape and their rise in the 90s. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that was what he pitched and got sold to TV One at all. Because again,
go watch it, no way.
TV producers overall will tell you anything to your fucking face and then do something behind your back. But reality TV, bitch, I would not trust them niggas as far as you can throw them. So, not surprised, but also still confused.
Kanye update. He says that, last week we spoke about how he is boycotting Adidas and Gap and Oshkosh Bagosh and Traffic, Claire's,
not Claire's.
Spencer's. I heard that he's boycotting the City Trends. Goya.
Not the city.
Goya.
Well, aren't we all? After the Goya CEO was like, vote for Trump. Remember that? I remember because I was living in Washington Heights and everybody was irate.
That was like...
Everybody was so pissed.
Niggas were literally looking at the cans in their pantry,
yes,
like holding it in their hands, like,
I have a decision to make. Dominicus was like, bitch, we have literally been living off of Goya.
I had plans for these beans tonight.
And listen, if I bought them beans, I'm going to eat them. I might not buy no more beans, but I'm gonna eat the beans I bought. God damn it, they're not giving out refunds.
That's the thing that I'm motherfucking talking about, because it's like, bitch, I done already spent my money and took the time to cut these coupons out. Like, I might as well eat the beans and then just not buy no more.
Exactly that. If
y'all want to go ahead and make like a motherfucking black bean fire pit for TikTok just to say that you did. Like, girl, you bought it. They have your money. Like,
right. You already paid the 89 cents for that can of black beans, sister.
Like they try to do it.
Same way the rest of us did down to the fine fair. We not throwing that away.
Well, remember when white people took off all their Nike shoes and threw it out in the backyard?
Oh, they do that all the time. Anytime, like, don't let a black player leave their team. White people will organize like a group, a meetup, and they will all get together and burn that black athlete's jersey.
And scream over it.
Baby, listen. Because when Kevin Durant left the Thunder, everybody was like, Crystal, what you gonna do with all your Thunder shit? Not a fucking thing, girl. First of all my shit is custom. All my shit has my fucking name on it. I'm not burning a goddamn thing. You got me fucked up. But even if I bought regular ass jerseys with fucking Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, if I had bought that regular ass shit and had it, I'm not getting rid of that. That was $70, $80 I spent on that jersey, and I'm keeping that shit. White people are crazy. And then if they ever
go back to that team, look, you're already ready.
Oh, well, no. Kevin Durant can never. Kevin Durant can never and would never. Both can be true. Both are true. He would never come back to Oklahoma City and ought not. So
Kanye West said, "Life is precious, releasing all grudges today, leaning into the light. Best wishes and blessings to Pete, Cudi, and Daniel Cherry, whom he berated, antagonized, and shit all over for the past week, for anyone who's paying attention. This apparently is inspired by the death of that white British lady we spoke about last week, because he also posted a whole bunch of pictures of her.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. He would, though. He would.
When I tell you,
that woman means nothing to me.
I couldn't sum up a slice of a damn about this old bitch. Like, okay.
Not at all. I remember being shocked going to Canada and seeing her on their fucking money and being like, what? Canada? Why?
That's because white colonialism.
Yes, like them niggas literally have colonized half the globe. But like the fact that I have lived in America all my life and never realized.
I don't care. Peace.
and to this day don't care. Do you know they are shutting so much shit down in the UK for this bitch's funeral?
Not surprised. Yeah,
all the British people I follow are like, bitch. Not only are they closing, like, it's a bank holiday. Fine. It's a regular holiday. Honestly, expect a holiday, okay? I do. Like, if the president died in office, I would expect a national holiday on the day of his funeral. That is one thing. To shut everything down, to have everything closed. Niggas are talking
Y'all just
about...
gonna do another one in the next, like, year.
The shops are closed. I was gonna say... Because what's his name?
Because the king looked like he Crips.
Charles is 73 and looking 103. It won't be too long before William is king. But like the shops are closed, baby. The gym is closed. The fucking food pantries are closed.
That's fucking ridiculous.
If you're starving, you better get your ass to the food
Too bad.
pantry
Queen's dead.
Before the 19th. And another thing, they are drawing this out. She's not getting buried till next fucking Monday.
I heard about that. And I was also like, okay, was she already kind of rotten? Like, it feels like you shouldn't, like, take the time to...
I feel like she had a smell before she was officially gone. So, like, shouldn't y'all be trying to pack that up with some dry ice or something? Shouldn't y'all be trying to minimize whatever's going on? Child, no. They said we have to crowdfund for the funeral. And so...
They're probably going to prop her up like that one rapper.
Please, no. They're not going to...
Just let everybody walk by and take a selfie.
They have her going around to all the different countries in the EU. If the EU even still exists, I don't know, with Brexit. But they have her casket...
Doing a dead body tour?
Yes. She's in fucking Scotland right now. I don't know where she's going next. Can't be Ireland, because I I didn't know how much the Irish didn't fuck with the English till this bitch died. Oh, baby.
Oh, girly.
The Irish have been so fucking... I said, y'all thought Black Americans was bad? Oh, no. The Irish don't give a damn.
I'm sorry. I just don't care. So
Not at all. Yeah. I don't know.
It's very interesting the amount of Americans, but specifically like Black Americans who are like, oh my God, I'm so affected by this.
No, we're not. We're literally like, not at all. I'm not at all affected by this white woman's passing. Not at all.
She was 96. Goodbye.
And none of my business. She was none of my business.
Oh, the doll also said that he is done working with other corporations. He told Bloomberg, it's time for me to go it alone. It's fine. I made the companies money. The companies made me money. We created ideas that will change apparel forever, like the round jacket and the foam runner, the slides that have changed the shoe industry. Now it's time for Ye to make the new industry. No more companies standing in between me and the audience. They my new baby mamas. I guess we're just going to have to co-parent those 350s.
Oh, Christ.
You know, and it's patriarchy. There's something kind of poetic about that.
Somewhere deep in the misogyny.
And that's literally what I said last week.
There's a beautiful message.
Like, it's only going to be so many times that you're going to run to the white man table and then get me and come back to my ass and be like, well, he did this to me.
Right. And now it's, I'm letting it all go because niggas flat out told you, we're not finna take up arms on this shit, Kanye. We're not. Oh, you signed a deal that you all of a sudden don't like with Adidas after both of you have made like tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars? We don't care. We don't care. Figure it out, girl.
Again, some of the stuff that they were doing sounds very corporate America and not right.
Well, I'll support regular niggas in regular jobs.
Behavior.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like there's a pattern with this nigga and many other niggas like him of like being determined to eat at the white man's table, and then when the white man remind you that they don't consider you equal or don't respect you, then you come back to us because we supposed to save
boycott Adidas
with our black power.
I don't think so. Interested. Not Adidas, the number one sponsor of football across the globe. We're not boycotting Adidas, girl. Not when Adidas is still producing Ivy Park. Going somewhere with that bullshit.
I didn't even think about that.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it.
I didn't even think about that.
Figure it out, Alexander. We don't
This
care.
is literally what I was asking. Just when are you just going to do your own thing?
We literally don't care.
Good for you.
Yep, go ahead. With your ugly shoes that are apparently very comfortable. I've heard it from multiple people.
I've heard
that the Yeezy shoes are extremely comfortable. Them
has said that they are very comfortable.
Yeah.
So
it's not y'all's fault that they look like somebody threw up on top of a virus. They're hideous, but they feel good, and that's fine.
And if you want to go down to the Gap and fish them out of some Glad bags.
Because Kanye said put his shit in a fucking trash. Right. If you want to go foraging for shoes, that is up to you, sweetheart. Have fun.
All right, might as well just move from Kanye to this other one. Ray J is accusing Kris Jenner of lying about the release of the sex tape that he made with her daughter.
Well,
after Kris Jenner did a polygraph test on the Late Late Show. Is that the same? No, that was Vanity Fair that did the polygraph test with Keke Palmer.
Oh, yeah. Vanity Fair has done a lot of those on YouTube.
Yeah, they've done a lot of those. They're good.
A lot of them are very entertaining. Yeah.
This James Corden shit. But
no.
I guess James Corden or whoever asked her about the sex tape and if she had anything to do with the release of it, she said no. Ray J got on Instagram for about an hour showing emails, text messages, and all kinds of other stuff, disputing this claim that Kris Jenner had nothing to do with it. And in fact, claiming that Kris Jenner made them reshoot the sex tape watched the sex tapes multiple times.
Yikes.
And commented on what would be best in terms of the look for Chris. He also alleges that what would be best for Kim. I'm sorry. He also alleges that Chris rushed him to get this contract signed. He also shows some alleged contract on like a a screen projector. It was all weird. At some point, a bug flew on his face, and he said, "Kris Jenner's throwing everything at me." That one got a whole lot of laughs. And apparently he claims the reason he is going off about this now is because his kids are getting older and he doesn't want them to think it's okay to leak sex tapes, which he claims he had nothing to do with. Now, I believe him on all counts, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I'm just not invested. That was...
Yeah.
I feel like I had class when that came out. Right. Like I had might have had homeroom. That was like...
Oh, you meant literal. You meant like school class. I thought you meant like I'm classy. I don't have time for this.
No, that's not...
No, you meant I'm clocked in, logged in for the schoolwork, honey. I'm in high school.
Yeah.
You meant no. Open your pages to chapter 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I also believe Ray J, just because as sick as it is to think of like a mother watching her daughter's sex tape and being like, girl, go back and do this part, because when he was hitting it from the back, you wasn't selling it. Like,
oh God,
as gross as that is to think about,
and it's gross,
it's disgusting. If I can picture a mother / manager doing that shit, it's Kris Jenner.
Same.
I can fully see her being like, Kimberly, I know you're devastated right now, but I'm going to need you to go back and adjust the lighting for scene 4, because it's really not hitting. It's not giving what it's supposed to have gave.
Yeah. If we could just wax the gooch just a taste more.
I'm just saying, sister, you're looking a little Armenian down there, and I would love for you to go ahead and clean that up.
Okay, wait, that's not what I meant.
No,
I
that's what I meant. I said it. I meant it. I can see Chris really stepping into the whole, girl, go back, shave your pussy and do it over. Like, I could really see that.
I can as well. I just... How many more times do we have to talk about this?
I was going to say, can it not be over? Can it not be? But honestly, it's the Kardashians' fault, because they brought it up as a storyline on that Hulu show. They made it a whole thing. They
did bring it up and make it a whole thing again, where he went and got...
It was like, oh, Kanye saved the day. Yeah.
The director's cut, the Snyder cut, or whatever the fuck.
They did that. So this being in the news is their fault. It is their fault. They want us to be talking about it, because a new season of that show is about to come out. So I wouldn't even be shocked if Ray J was paid to say this. Nothing about that family would shock me, because they will do anything for money, for clicks, for views, for likes. They are the definition of the family that will do anything for clout.
In the name of Cardi Belcalisby.
Bless her heart. Cardi is doing a lot lately.
Rapper / singer P&B Rock unfortunately lost his life at a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in LA this past week.
So crazy.
I think they're still trying to get details on the shooter, but they're saying that he possibly was looking to rob the celebrity, and some people are blaming a post from his girlfriend that made its way to Instagram with their location tagged to it. P&B Rock was pronounced dead at the hospital with multiple gunshot wounds, and numerous people in the industry and fans have been sharing their condolences as well as opinions, many strong opinions. When I saw this news, I was just like once again shocked by how often this is happening.
Yeah.
Saddened by it, and then immediately away from the internet because I don't. It's like someone dies and too many of y'all need to be heard.
Yeah.
Too many of y'all whose opinions don't matter.
Absolutely. It's the hashtag discourse. It's too much for me.
I'm not interested.
Not participating in that. And especially because like niggas ran with like seeing his girlfriend's last Instagram story or whatever and being like, oh, she posted they were at Roscoe's, so it's her fault. And niggas like rushing to blame her for that.
Like, you should be able to.
As if she's the one who pulled the fucking trigger. Like,
right.
She didn't kill her boyfriend. Niggas did that.
You should be able to just be like, hey, we're at Roscoe's without having to worry that someone is going to pull up and murder you or rob you. Like,
right.
Yes, many people would consider that, sure, but like, it is no one's fault who is there eating their food.
Right.
For posting. Like,
and like we're at fucking Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and apparently she posted this and then he was shot 10 minutes or less afterwards, which leads me to believe that it's not necessarily her post, but the fact that he is a very famous amongst niggas person, and anybody at the fucking Roscoe's could have recognized him. Anybody at that Roscoe's could have texted their partner and been like, yeah, so their nigga Rock is up here. Like, it could have been anything, but y'all default to blaming women whenever you can find a chance to do so. And that's what I find disgusting. Like, I didn't know this young man. Obviously, I'm not a huge connoisseur of his music, but it's just tragic to hear about niggas eating chicken and getting gunned down and having their chain snatched. Like, y'all just... I know shit is bad out here, but damn, this is crazy. It's really horrible. It's really awful what is going on. So, yeah, rest in peace to him. Shout out to his daughters. I hope they have everything they need. But, and yes, and to his girlfriend, that she has all the healing and support that she deserves, because niggas have been absolutely wilding when it comes to her over the past few days.
R. Kelly was convicted of 6 out of 13 charges that he's facing in his Chicago trial, federal trial. He's found guilty of 3 child pornography charges and 3 counts of enticing minors for sex, but acquitted on 7 other charges. These include conspiracy to receive child pornography and obstruction of justice. I think his former manager was also acquitted.
Yeah.
For similar charges. So I read that these charges, it's like, how many? It's like 20 years.
Damn.
Okay. Each of the child pornography counts carries a sentence of up to 20 years.
Good.
And the enticement charges carried 10 years per charge.
She ain't getting out.
I mean, mama, this is the Chicago trial. And then he got sentenced 30 years in prison for the New York sex trafficking and racketeering charges. And he's awaiting trial in Cook County for sexual assault and sexual abuse cases for 4 other women. And then he's got charges in Minnesota for soliciting a minor.
It's not looking good.
So at this point...
It never was, though. Yep. Fuck right out of here with that.
We all know why the cage bird sings.
Yeah. I'm shocked that these other niggas were acquitted or found not guilty or whatever, but... I mean, the evidence against R. Kelly has been there since I was a child. So don't look to me for sympathy in this particular matter, because he had every opportunity to stop abusing young people and just didn't. For whatever reason, he did not. So I don't have nothing else for you.
Um, it has been a wild week for female rap. Specifically surrounding one Nicholas Minaj.
Let me find a blunt.
A remix that she put out.
Mm-mm.
Do you have any feelings? Do you want to share before I?
Is there? So I'm not sure if I've heard. Is it a remix? The Super Freaky Girl?
Yeah,
I did not.
The second remix.
Oh, the one with like a bunch of girls on it, like a bunch of
JT, Bia, Akbar V.
Yeah,
and Katie got bands.
So that I did not.
And Malibu Mitch.
I didn't have those names. I don't know. I didn't press play on that remix. I did tune in to the new. It's not Queen Radio because it's not on Apple Music. I'm not sure what it is, but I tuned into the new bootleg version of that, and I listened to that. So I heard that, but I did not hear this remix. I heard Nicki saying a bunch of things that didn't make any sense for someone of her stature, of her demeanor, of her legacy, of her talent, of her accomplishments. I heard her talking like somebody who doesn't have any of the things that Nicki Minaj has. Talking about Garcelle Beauvais and little subliminal shots at other rap girls like Cardi and Megan, and it just felt very tired and extremely old to me. But I know the Barbs feel differently because they've been attacking different people online and may have run up against the right one this time. Shout out to Kim.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead, friend. You can do it.
No. I don't give a fraction of a frog's fat ass.
I know that's right.
About any of this. I don't care about none of it. None of it. None of it. I don't understand being mad about a song that you're not on. I don't understand the back and forth. Mm-hmm. I don't understand. Like, I do not like, girl, I'm so disinterested. Nicholas could not pay me to be interested in having conversations about this. I don't care. I just want to hear good music. I just want to enjoy female rap.
Yeah.
Without all of the hashtag shade, fandom meme, this you. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't fucking care about this shit, bro. I don't care. It's so fucking dumb and irrelevant. Y'all not talking about nothing. Like, I'm over it. I'm over it. I just want to hear good songs. That's it. I just want to hear the girlies rap. I'm not interested in any more of the Instagram back and forth. Y'all got it. Like, y'all, I see it for what it is, which is marketing. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's makes it even more tired for me. And it's not even one particular individual that is guilty of this. I just want to hear the girls rap. I don't even care if you dissing each other on the songs no more. But what I'm not interested in is like keeping up with 36 screenshots from fan accounts about what some he said, he said, she said, they said about what could possibly be related to Doja Cat's leftover wigs. Bitch, I don't.
Not her leftover wigs.
Like, I don't care.
Yeah. I feel like
y'all got it.
Yeah, my thing is, like, I definitely have issue with Nicki antagonizing the situation, encouraging the Barbs in her own subtle way to continue the bullshit they're doing. But also, I feel like I mean, I've said it before, Cardi is 3 years old. I know how much I love that quote. But Cardi is 3 and also grown, and Cardi still be participating in a lot of this same dumb shit that Nicki also be participating in. And like I get that everybody is not Beyonce. Okay, I get that. Everybody is not like too good for social media. Everybody is not gonna fly above. JT and Carisha said, they like to tweet through the shit they going through just like everybody else. It's a new era.
Okay.
It's a new era with the girls, okay? Everybody is not gonna act like they're better than all of it and just stay out of the bullshit. But I truly wish y'all would, because the constant back and forth and sniping at people and, oh, when I do it, it's crazy, but when they do it, it's fine. And, oh, well, now I'm suing, and now you're suing your mom, and now I'm suing your pussy hair, and now I'm suing your pussy lips. Like, it's just, when it goes back and forth this many times, I get very bored very quickly. So for me, it's like, it's Azealia, it's Cardi, it's Nicki, all of y'all. Azealia and that whole, oh, I put the battery in Nicki's back about did you see this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't even know how she's involved in this. This is what I'm talking about.
Right. I know you don't.
Like,
but Nicki said something on, the live broadcast about how people were out here hiring voodoo priestesses to do voodoo on her or whatever. And
I saw that in the notes, and that's when I was just like, okay, I'm not doing passions. Like, that's what I'm not going to do. Like, this is where I'm checking out, and I'm going to actually get my luggage. In fact, fair, y'all can send me my luggage.
But
are you sure? I don't even need to wait for it.
Okay. I mean, that's all right.
Yeah, somebody can send me my luggage. I'm out.
I mean, that's what Beyonce said. But it was like, so Azealia chimed in, was like, yeah, that was me. I was fucking with Nicki's mind. I told her that Cardi's grandma was doing voodoo on her, and now she's all fucked up and spiraling and all this. And it's like, girl, I don't know what you thought this did, but to me, it makes you just as messy as she is. Like, this is just as stupid and just as pointless. And you just feed into this whole stupid, pointless media machine that is going to, like, grow and thrive off of this same pointless story. Like, who cares? I wish all of y'all would leave it on the fucking record and let the fans decide. This social media shit,
I don't even care about the fans deciding.
I mean, I feel like that is the thing that makes me the oldest, is the fact that I want all of y'all to log off. I do. I want everybody who has achieved a certain amount of this success to just log on and be like, hey, girl, new album out. Hey, girl, don't forget to vote this Tuesday. Hey, girl, new single out. Like, I'm fine with you giving us little updates on your life and going back to your rich ass existence. This back and forth and, oh, well, I lied to Nicki then, but there's no way for you to know if I'm lying to you now. So just believe me anyway. Shit that Azealia is doing, this entire clownery that Nicki is doing. Even Cardi, like, going back and forth with that girl who owes her $4 million and the Barbs and fucking body else. Like, all of y'all, please, I'm begging at this point. Like, can we just play the fucking music? Probably not.
Honestly, like,
probably not, but I'm hoping.
I don't even care. Like, sweet, at this point, okay, here's the thing. I feel an immense pressure in delivering sometimes.
Okay.
And, I know there was a lot of discussion around this. And I'm hoping that people who might expect, oh, and she said this, and shade tea, honey, because reboots. I don't want to disappoint those people, because it's like, there's a realm for that. A lot of y'all are having fun with it, I'm sure. I just personally am so exhausted of the, like, female rap, the social media wars, stand war. Like, I don't give a fuck at this point. I just want to hear the music. That's it. I don't care. I just want to, like, you being mad about being on a song or not being on a song, you being mad about something that somebody tweeted or didn't tweet or whatever, it's not going to make you any less talented. It's not going to make your music good or bad. It's not like, and ultimately that's what it all relies on. Your fans can gas you up about your song being fire all you want to. You know if it's trash, and critics are going to tell you if it's trash. Like, and people who really are unbiased and don't give a fuck about kissing any ass are going to tell you that it's trash. Like, those are the people that you really are pressed about. All of these people, everybody, all of them. You know what I mean? So I don't care no more about what somebody said on the gram or you would do a song with somebody when they don't like I don't what?
Yeah.
What? I don't what? Why are we doing this? For what?
Yeah. I fully get that. And
I'm over it.
I mean, obviously I don't understand why Nicki is choosing the shenanigans she's choosing, but I also don't understand why the rest of you are doing. I mean, but Nicki has cracked the code as far as, like, if you want to go number one for a week, she knows how to do that. The same way everybody else is doing it. Bundle.
See, you're not even gonna bait me into doing this. I'm not doing it.
I mean, but it's literally the same formula as everybody else. Bundle it into merch sales with a download or a physical copy of the CD, the single, the album, or whatever else, and then energize your fans. Tell them, like, if you want me to go number one, stream this, buy this, do this. Like, Nicki will engage her, what are they called? Not the monsters, the barbs. Damn!
You just said it 10 seconds ago.
Shout out to Tequila. She's doing her fucking job. So she will do that. Like, Nicki will completely engage her fan base in order to get what she needs, even if it's not sustainable long term. So I say all this to say, as much as I have been keeping up with the drama, I fully get not wanting to tap in at all, because ultimately it's all fucking stupid and it means nothing.
I'm just saying, if it tickles your fancy and gets your water cooler, hot and spicy, great.
Yes.
I'm just hopefully not
water.
Disappointing.
Fleet water.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Ew. I'm just saying, I'm just so exhausted by it right now, bro, that I don't have, like, I hope to not disappoint anyone by saying, like, poor Bria. We got, like, a new, like, production coordinator pulling in notes and stuff like that. Bless her heart. This girl pulled it transcripts, did all this screenshots, all this information.
I didn't get none of that.
Just like, bless Bria, bless you, sweet peach. Welcome to the team. We love you ever so much. I am not going over there.
I got none of those notes. I just want y'all to know. I got none of that.
Bitch. Like,
woo, shout out to Bria.
Right along. Yeah. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because it has nothing to do with music.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the music. It's not going to make anybody's album sound good.
I said what I said. I said what I had to say about the whole situation, which is everybody needs to fucking grow up. If you're telling lies for the fun of it, grow up. Just grow up.
I'll get to 50 Cent later.
Because everybody's being ridiculous.
That's it for the Hot Tops.
Yeah, amen.
This week, we're going to take a break and move on and read your letters. After we do keep your eyes spot.
Stunned.
As you ought be.
What?
Welcome back, girlies.
In the hell do you have to talk about? Please don't be the WNBA. Please don't be the W.
Welcome back, girlies. To another segment of Kid Fury Sports Shorts, where we're here to talk about what's also back. Football, bitch.
Oh, okay. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God.
AKA American soccer.
Oh, I was so worried. Okay.
That's right. The football girlies have returned
They have.
to the field, to the grass, the pigskin, and
Yep.
you know, some big games. Week 1, primarily the Browns defeating the Panthers.
Yeah. That was
26-24, I believe. That's off the dome, girl, because I have information because I know sports.
Oh, yeah, you do. And I mean, with all of the controversy surrounding their quarterback, there's a lot to talk about there. How do you feel about that?
But we're not talking about it.
I bet we aren't.
No, we're not.
I bet we're not.
Going to discuss too much controversy.
Okay.
And sports short.
Yeah.
You have to keep in mind.
Sports laws.
It's been a while, but it was just remember.
They're not sports epics.
Quick refreshers.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a sports journey.
You're right. I'm here for it, friend. Who are we talking about?
We're here to talk about the thrilling battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints.
Yes!
Hey, calm down.
Yes! Let's talk about it, my nigga.
I'd like for you to
Let's talk about it. Amen. Of all the games you could have picked, I praise God you chose this one. Okay, I'm ready. Okay.
Well, the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints, bitter and harsh rivals.
Oh, God, it's so big.
Took to the field to battle one another this past week 1 of the National Football League. And the Saints walked away victorious 27-26 was this game. Shout out to the likes of James Winston. That's his name.
It
is Winston.
That's his name.
Yeah, just touchdowns and yards.
We did that.
Will Lutz, a 51-yard field goal.
Correct.
With 19 seconds left alongside James Winston. It's phenomenal, folks. The coaching debut of one Dennis Allen. Could he do it? The girls wanted to know, the children. The answer is yes. And folks are wondering, how is it that Atlanta was able to mess this one up? What was going on? I Jarvis Landry.
Your feelings about that for sure.
They're so powerful and so strong.
Thank you.
And my feelings are the same as always. That, you got to look out for Falcons. They're a bird of prey, but also can be the prey themselves to the hunter.
Okay. How astute.
Incorrect. It's been an interesting time for them without that one guy.
Yeah. Or that other one.
That's not there anymore.
Which
and
one?
That other one.
Which one? Who's the first one?
The the guy.
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Ryan.
Okay.
Ryan Matthew.
Ryan Matthew plays for which team?
Matthew Ryan
plays for which team?
No longer plays for the Falcons.
And Matt Ryan being gone from the Falcons had something to do with the Falcons losing?
It's just, sometimes it can be a shakeup to morale and to rhythm as well as
Okay.
passion.
Okay.
Also,
but the Saints don't have their regular quarterback anymore either. So what do you make of that?
You know, the thing about the Saints is that, you know, they overcame a lot through the use of fervor and Gatorade, tennis shoes.
Oh God.
And 50-cent wings. 50-cent wings.
The Saints have a new quarterback and a new head coach and still beat the Falcons. What do you make of that?
Well, you know, I have a theory that, you know, it's a conspiracy theory I've been hearing about that I actually agree with.
Interesting. Okay.
Which is the possibility that the Atlanta's new theme song, starring Rotimi of Power on Stars fame, could be to blame. Now, there is a section of the fandom that is blaming Rotimi for the Atlanta Falcons' loss by bringing bad energy to the city by singing a terrible theme song titled Rise Up.
As someone who is not from Atlanta.
As someone who is not from Atlanta, with Atlanta being home to so many
artists.
Just literally too many to name.
So many.
Just
Atlanta and the metro
countless.
Area is honestly,
I mean, could have just thrown a French fry and hit a better decision. But, you know, that's where my feelings lie in terms of the performance. I think my suggestions to the Atlanta Falcons would be to keep your head up, rise up,
yeah,
and
how
get a new theme song, and I'm certain that when that happens, that they will have a brighter future, because I know what I'm talking about.
Don't you, as a sports expert,
questions?
Yes, don't you feel like Amaretta the Great would have been a much better decision to do this song as opposed to a nigga from Jersey?
You know, what you're talking about sounds a little too much like right. And sometimes, you know, you don't want to go for like the obvious, well-received, common sense, lucrative decision.
All right.
Sometimes you want to, you know, spice things up, jazz things up.
Yeah.
And make a new decision. And this is why I once again believe that they could have just tossed a pebble anywhere in the city of Atlanta.
Anywhere.
And hit a better choice.
So many very talented artists. I agree. I would also love to know, since I have the opportunity to speak to a sports expert.
Absolutely.
Something that very rarely happens for me. I would love to know how you feel about Atlanta going into the fourth quarter with a 23-10 lead, actually getting up to a 26-10 lead, and then letting New Orleans score 2 touchdowns and a field goal to win the game. What happened with Atlanta? Was it an offensive failure? Was it a defensive failure? Was it a coaching error? What does Atlanta need to do to right this ship?
You know, I love... Your laughing is
No, sorry.
antagonistic.
I barely got it out.
It's antagonistic. It's villainous. It's villainous. There's a poison to it and a venom.
You're not wrong.
I find it wildly unnecessary.
I'm sorry. Okay, yes, I'm sorry. What can Atlanta do better?
Interesting that you brought up a coaching error. You know, Arthur Smith, coach of the Falcons, said to the reporters, "You guys wrote our obituary back in May, and you'll continue to write our obituary. Who cares?" And you know, with that kind of attitude, how can you, you know, rise up to the occasion? You know, so I would say, "Hey, sir, do you turn that frown upside down and pick your chin up, and
absolutely,
and you just get everyone a lemon pepper wet, and you just
that's right, friend.
That's it."
Don't you feel like that remark showed a real lack of accountability on behalf of the coach?
You know, I don't want to place blame, and I don't want to be the shady girl in sports talk, because I want to set a precedent.
Oh, okay.
For the children moving forward, because I take the realm and my platform very seriously.
Yeah, you do.
And so I just want to say, yes, girl, get it together. And how dare you? And who do you think you are, diva?
Great. I think
Any other questions?
Honestly, no. I think you have answered every question I could possibly have to ask you about this game.
Predictions for week 2. There will be more game.
Okay. Yes.
And numerous records.
Mm-hmm.
And a win that you won't see coming.
Wow. What a prediction. A win from whom? Who do you think will win that we don't see coming? Which team?
That's it for sports shirts. Bro, like, it's just been such... You know, we just can't keep... We've got other things.
Okay.
You know, to make it a sports podcast.
So who do you think...
Walking into spin-off territory, and it's just not...
So who do you think will win Game 3 of the WNBA Finals?
Sweetie, the Divas.
You're right about that.
That's right.
The Divas are taking it. You're right about that.
The team that wins will have a player with at least 12 inches in their backseat. Good night. And good evening. That's just been Good Fears Sports Shorts. You're welcome, as always. I'm not willing to take any questions over the internet. But you're welcome for today's information.
I would tell the girls to stay strapped up. Thank you so much for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's take a quick break.
Hey, y'all, if your schedule is getting packed this fall like mine and everyone else I know, then maybe you want to look into HelloFresh. They've got your meals covered, at least, with a weekly selection of over 30 recipes and more than 70 convenience items, all delivered to your door. You can skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. It's really, really convenient. They got all this fresh, just picked produce that comes to your door. It's 25% less expensive than takeout and even cheaper than grocery shopping a lot of times. I love it because, well, I like to stay at the house. And so if someone can just send my groceries to me the recipes and be like, here's how you make it. Everything is, first of all, packed in great portions. And I love that it just it inspires me to cook which I already like to do, but sometimes I need that extra little oomph to get up off of my butt and like get into the kitchen and do some stuff. And there's just nothing like cooking yourself a nice little meal, especially a nice little meal for one. I mean, like, I did this. This food is delicious, and I made it for myself.
Yeah.
I'm hardworking. This isn't just a meal on Animal Crossing or Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's real food, real sustenance for my real walking body. Mm-hmm. And if you need that and that convenience and that deliciousness, then go to HelloFresh.com/TheRead16 and use the code TheRead16 for 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. That's HelloFresh.com/TheRead16 and code TheRead16 for 16 free meals, 7 boxes, and 3 free gifts. That's that. Let them know we sent you. Let's get back to the show. Okay, we're back. And it's time to read your letters.
It is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. And we may read them aloud on the show. We have an update this week from Serena, who had the friend Manny who has ADHD and said that was the reason she couldn't clean up after herself. And always left Serena's house a mess and things like that. So Serena says, "Hey, y'all. I tried to talk to Manny again and really communicate how I was feeling and offer strategies for her ADHD since I was diagnosed as a child. And my mom made it a priority to teach me these coping skills. But Manny basically sent me several paragraphs calling me selfish, a bad friend, saying I want her to be a friendship robot, and then also said I wanted too much all at the same time. My boyfriend encouraged me to let things cool down, but then a mutual friend sent me screenshots of her talking shit about me and accusing me of owing her $160 for 2 paintings from Ross, which I know for a fact she only spent $40 on. And then saying she was going to call my mama. Now, I'm not scared of my mom knowing my business, but bitch, you got me fucked up if you think you're going to even play with me like that. So since I'm such a bad friend, I set Manny free to find a better one. Shrug emoji. I packed all her shit up at my apartment, took the paintings she gave me as gifts and dropped them off at her house and told her not to call or text me or my mama unless she wants a problem. Since then, my life has been great. My house has been clean and my letter got chose on my favorite podcast.
Great, but still good.
Okay, pussy still sparkling. Thanks for your advice, Serena. Serena, I'm sad that your friendship had to end that way. However, I stand by the whole, like, people have to do the basics of respecting your home. It's fine. You can spill anything in my house. If I invite you into my home, I trust you to tell me if something has gone so wrong to where you can't fix it. I do. It could be spilling the Kool-Aid, spilling the milk, spilling the tequila. Just tell me so that shit doesn't get sticky and gross and dried on my counter and roaches come through. It's really roaches for me. I don't want vermin. Really I don't want vermin in my home, girl. And New York City, they're begging to come into your apartment. All they need is a reason.
Sweetie.
So
they fly.
They do. They flock. They want to be in your house so bad. So
no, fly.
Yeah. Oh, yes, with the wings. Yeah, they do. No, they do that. Yes. That's you over there in Los Angeles.
No.
I can't live like that. I cannot live. No. I cannot live like that.
Like, it's fine. You spilled something.
But just tell me, girl. Tell me.
Like, let's just clean it up.
I can get the bleach and water and clean this up and have it not be an issue. But since this person turned it into a whole, like, oh, you're not a good friend and blah, blah, blah.
Let's just discuss your character.
Right.
As a human being.
So you do, right. You do whatever feels best for you to work that out. I'm sorry that it wasn't something that enabled y'all to still be friends, maybe one day in the future. But I fully get protecting yourself and your things however you can at this point. Yes. So our first letter this week comes from Eva, who says, I have a would you rather question for each of you. Kid Fury, you're up first. Would you rather have to go through the horrifying journey known as pregnancy and childbirth, or would you rather have to sit next to a row of unsupervised, unchaperoned children in every movie you watch in theaters for the next 2 years? You cannot wait. You cannot opt to wait for the movies to come out on streaming, and you can't just refuse to watch movies for 2 years. But the fact that you immediately was like, I'll do that. You said, I'll sit next to y'all's badass kids. I won't be having one, though.
I still pick that. I don't care. Like,
you said pregnancy, ripping me up from the rooter to the tutor.
I'm literally never going to choose that. I'm so sorry. First of all, that leads to having children, which I'm also not interested in.
I mean, you can give them away, but still, you do have to have them.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
You can drop it off at the fire station, no questions asked. But still.
No, I'm fine. Yeah. That's fine. Also, I watch a lot of TV. I play a lot of video games. I read books. So, movies, one medium. It's fine.
But you sitting next to a row of children for the new Marvel movie or whatever, for the new Black Panther, you're the only adult in a row of 9-year-olds. And all of their parents said, fuck this, I'm going to watch Notting Hill or whatever. And it's just you and a bunch of children loud and talking through the whole fucking movie. You'll take that over childbirth?
They didn't say loud and talking through the whole movie. They just said children.
No, but they're children. And so they are going to, unsupervised children in a movie theater, they're going to talk. Children are only quiet because adults tell them to be quiet.
Nobody said they were unsupervised, baby, because you said that I'm sitting in the row.
I said they're
You said that I'm sitting in the row.
But you don't know.
So guess what? You said that I'm sitting in the row. So guess what?
But you don't know.
They're going to learn to shut the fuck up today. They're going to learn to shut the fuck up today.
All right. Well.
I have them just like
okay.
Shirley Ralph on Abbott Elementary. Oh, my students are just fine.
Okay.
They respect me, baby girl.
They don't play with Mrs. Howard. They do not play with Mrs. Howard. They might play with Janine. They might play with Mr. Hill. They might even on a bad day play with Miss Sheminti. But they're not playing with Miss Howard. And that's that on that. I know that's right.
By the end of the damn movie, they will love me.
So Eva also says, Crystal, would you rather have to wear ice blue colored contacts every day for a year or have to transcribe T.I.'s autobiography as he dictates it to you face to face? You cannot
Why
wear...
Why did they just ask you if you like to be shot in your
Literally, mouth? Because then the caveat is you can't wear sunglasses or anything else to hide the contacts.
This is way worse than mine.
It is. I agree. And yet I feel just as sure about my answer. I can easily transcribe T.I.'s autobiography because T.I. is not using very big words. Sorry to say this. He's not Mariah Carey, but these aren't big words. And even the words he thinks are big are words that I've known since I was in the 4th grade. So it would not be difficult for me to transcribe this. Perhaps listening to T.I. would be extremely annoying, irritating.
Imagine that would be.
Yeah, that's the real issue. It's I'm going to have to pop several edibles, maybe take a few shots to get through this. But I could do this in my sleep. Wearing ice.
And you can't just argue with him.
Right.
It's his,
and I don't have to. No, actually just put him in the booth, because he's recording for the audiobook or whatever. Put him in the booth. I'm in a totally separate room. No.
That feels like a
she didn't say that though.
Of putting sunglasses
she didn't say that though.
On the. Well.
Okay, face to face. Even still, I'm not going out every day in blue contact lenses for y'all to think that I'm that type of person. I'm not doing that. I don't want. I can't have. And I'm really trying to care less about what other people think, but I can't. Ice blue White
Blue.
Walker contacts?
Blue.
Baby, I'm so sorry. My name is not insert any Negro here who is striving for white acceptance. I'm
I
not
wouldn't
that
speak to
girl.
you.
I wouldn't speak to me either. I would look at me in the mirror and be like, you're literally a fucking coon. I would not talk to me. The T.I.'s autobiography thing, you can keep that a secret. When you tell niggas and you're like, oh, I was a ghost transcriber for this, I got $150,000 for that. Niggas would be like, get your fucking money. Let's go out. Let's do some coke. Like, that's one thing. Having to show up in public every day for a year in ice blue contacts, no, thank you. I'd rather not work. So I would thank you, Eva, for these horrible choices. I would choose to transcribe T.I.'s autobiography. Just like Kid Fury would rather sit next to those unruly children. But if you have any other similarly...
Nobody said unruly. I really would love to read it again because
He didn't.
I don't
No, she didn't say unruly, but she said unsupervised and unchaperoned. These are children who are by themselves.
But I am there.
But you are not their adult.
It does not matter.
Not to you, but these are new kids.
That's fine.
These new kids are on some new shit.
You left them with me in the movie. Guess what?
So I'm cussing they black asses out.
Guess what? They're going to be, they'll be safe. They will be completely safe.
Listen.
As a matter of fact, they'll be safer under my supervision than probably anybody else because I'm going to make sure that they're not only silent, but they're still.
Yeah.
What's safer than that?
Thank you.
And as much as I can stand kids, if they're in harm's way, I would probably do everything I could to make sure that they were safe.
Same, which is very annoying because I'm very much like, oh, girl, you and your kids. But then, like, let me see an unchaperoned child out in the wild. Like, when I'm riding my bike, especially, and I see a little kid riding their bike by themselves, any race, any gender, I'm automatically like, I'm watching this child with my life until an adult shows up.
Like, I can't help it.
Because I know a lot of people let their kids like, oh, you ride ahead of me and you stop right here, you know, at the light because you know to stop. And like, I'm teaching you how to ride a bike in New York, which is fine. But on the off chance that this is a little child riding their bike by themselves, I'm watching this nigga with my life. So, fully get that. If you have any similar fun, like would you rather this or that type questions for us, go ahead and send them over to the inbox. But let's dive into our other letters this week. Our first one, comes from, you know what? Let's go with Ivory. No, let's go with Charlotte first. Charlotte says, I'm a Black woman in my late 30s with a good group of girlfriends. I'm single and childless and recently got a huge promotion. So at this point, I'm out earning everyone in my friend group by about $300,000.
Damn.
We've all talked openly about money and salary and how we all want to be millionaires. Right now, my friends make anywhere from $50,000 to $120,000 per year. And I can't help but notice how ever since I started this new job, people are automatically looking to me whenever we go out. It happened gradually over time, but this past weekend was really too much. We all went to go out and party, aka do coke, and everybody kept telling me to cash app them so they can go make runs. So when I sent my normal cut of the cost of the coke, I was met with, well, why can't you just get the whole bun? I laughed it off and everybody then chipped in as normal. So I thought things were back to normal. But later that night, everything got crazy again. Historically, when we go out, it's everyone who buys a round for the group and we all take turns. This weekend, I got the first round and it seemed like one by one, my friends kept coming up to me like, no, this is now about alcohol. Everybody chipped in for the bumps. Everybody chipped in for the coke.
Okay, so no, okay. All right.
But historically, when they go out, everybody buys a round of drinks for the group. This weekend, I got the first round, and it seemed like one by one, my friends were coming up like, oh, girl, I'm ready for my next drink. But I was confused as fuck and told them to go buy drinks themselves or ask for rounds from other people in the group. At that point, I made the decision to just buy my own drinks. But then it came time to getting Ubers, and everybody was once again asking me to order them a car. Out of the 6 Ubers we took that night, I ordered 4, mostly out of just wanting to get to the next place and not standing around arguing with these broads. Then we went to the after hour and ordered hookah like we usually do.
Child,
This makes me,
y'all.
I feel like you're in Atlanta now since you said that, just off top. But we ordered hookah like we usually do, but instead of splitting it equally, the bill came and everybody just looked at me. At this point, I was high as hell, drunk as hell, and annoyed and over it. So I paid the bill for the hookah. And hookah, whatever that does to you. I paid the bill for all the hookah, gave them hoes some hugs, and caught my own Uber to get some dick while they started arguing over who was going to order their Uber and food for the next after-hours spot. In the group chat the next day, everybody was all like, "Ooh, bitch, we had a time last night." But of course y'all did. And it was mainly at my expense. I haven't responded in the chat, and I don't know how to even bring this up. I see how this disparity in income is affecting the friendships I have with these ladies, which I don't want. I honestly don't think it's even intentional, but they see me as a single woman making this money and automatically think that I just got it, which, I mean, to be fair, I do. But there should be some sort of reciprocity, and I really don't think I should be taken advantage of. Yes, it could all be so simple. What would you both do? How should I approach the situation? Thanks, Charlotte.
Say no.
So I feel like the main issue here, the very obvious one, is that like you should say something to your friends, but also saying something to your friends can be difficult if you are not used to having to be confrontational or to have those kind of conversations.
Yeah.
So I think for me, when it's hard for me to say something, it is hard. But for me, I think like what is easiest is to just spit out the prequel, what I call the prequel, which is just like, "Oh, girl, I got something to say to you," or "Oh, bitch, like let's talk real quick. I have something." Oh,
like
to say.
Literally the beginning of.
Yeah. Like, "Oh, I have something to say. This is gonna be hard, but like I need to say it." And then
because then you have to say something. Yes. Oh, that's okay.
And then your friend is like, "Oh, bitch, I'm listening." Like most people are like, "Oh, girl, whatever it is, like I'm listening." Like most people don't expect to be confronted as a friend, but real friends don't have a problem with being confronted as a friend because they don't want to hurt you as a friend.
That's it.
Yeah. They don't want.
That's it.
They don't want to do anything that hurts you, and they may have no idea how you really feel about it. So I think the big, obvious, glaring issue here is like, say something to your friends about how you feel like they expect you to take care of everything.
Do you hear that, ADHD bitch leaving funny and dust on homegirls' countertop? Like, damn, can't nobody say nothing to this bitch?
Yeah, right. So just say something and let the conversation go from there. Other than that, I would just say that if you're out earning, you said most of your friends make between $50,000 and $120,000. You said that you're out earning them by about $300,000, which to me means you're making anywhere between $250,000 and $450,000, which means
you math the math.
I mean, just very quickly here in my head, that's very rough. But
very quickly.
I mean, literally not a mathematician, but if you'll give me that, I will take it. Thank you so much. But I will just say, if you're out earning your friends by $300,000.
Sorry. You just have a way of saying things.
Thank you. I feel the same way. I do.
Woo. Okay. Yeah.
I feel like Not that you should have to pay for everything, because this is clearly a sore spot for you. But I think... Why are you laughing? But I think that if Kid Fury would stop cracking up.
Okay, I'm dead.
I feel like it would be very beneficial for you to take some time to yourself and really think about this transition for you. What it means for you to now be making so much money, so much more than your friends. What that means as far as like your new position in society. Because if you're making, I'll say if you're making over $250,000, you're in a whole nother league as far as most people are concerned. Most people do not make anywhere close to that amount of money. And that's not Americans or Brits or any, like that is globally. Most people are not making that kind of money. And so for me, I would say my friends don't act like this. They don't expect me to pay for everything. But I do typically do, you know, I pay for things quite frequently. Not because other niggas can't afford it. They can chip in and we can all split it. But more because we're all having a good time and I want to keep that good feeling going. I love seeing my niggas happy and having fun, being drunk, being high, doing dumb shit, going to the strip club, whatever else. Like, I love that. I love the good vibes. I love being a good hostess. And so
True.
I am willing to spend whatever. Okay, maybe not literally whatever, but I'm willing to pay for Ubers, and niggas have never asked me to pay for their Coke, but weed, I'm willing to pay for like high quality weed and high quality alcohol. We're not serving anything but Casamigos at my birthday party because that is just how I feel about my birthday. And that is right. Nobody is shocked. That is not going to be nothing but tequila at my birthday party. But I'm fine with that because I want to see niggas turning up and having a good time. And anybody who needs a car I will offer it, honestly, especially if I know that my friend is working like a regular 9 to 5, 9 to 7, and working 5, 6, 7 days a week. The fact that you took your one day off or took time off to come hang out with me, and I know how hard you work, like, I'm glad to pay for that. I'm not saying you have to feel the way I do, but it might be really useful for you to take a step back and think about just how much fucking money you have. It might really be useful as far as like you and your relationships, but regardless, you need to talk to them about how you're feeling about this whole thing.
So, okay, a couple things. I think that what you're talking about is definitely a state of mind that you have to like have. Like, I don't think that everyone. I think that it just coincides with your advice really well, which is that this person needs to, I think, really come to terms with what having this money means.
Because this is a lot of money.
And be comfortable with it. Because it feels, because like I'm the same way as you. Like, I don't care. I like to be the one to just like keep things going. Like, we're all out of dinner. There's no talk about the bill because it's done.
Yeah.
We're like, oh,
I love that.
The Uber, like, oh, you know, we're buying weed, we're buying drugs, whatever. Oh, don't worry about it. Like,
it's so fun.
It's just like natural for me, but I've also can't think that I've been in positions where my group of friends have just looked at me like, all right, you know, like, so I can't rightfully say that I know what that feels like or that I would be okay with it. But I do agree that, like, girl, think about how much money you have. It almost feels like it could be that, like, you're on high alert
Yep.
because of this money.
You're super
And you're
sensitive
also,
because of how much you suddenly make. Yeah. You're sensitive to the idea that people might be taking advantage of you.
And treating you differently because of it. And that might also be just tied into you kind of needing to have a better sense of, I don't know if security is even the right word, but maybe just comfort in your friendships and stuff like that. Because like no one wants to feel like their friends are taking advantage of them or anybody's taking advantage of them or anything else like that. But like, girl, if I make $50,000 a year and my friend make $300,000 more than me,
right,
and we're down at the hookah spot, like I'm still going to like, I know me, so I'm still going to go in my pocket. Like I know me. Like I'm not even going to like. I don't even want to fast. Me personally, I would never want to even have my friend think that I want them to pay for me because they make more money than me, or they have a lot of money, or whatever.
Absolutely.
So
I'm still
I
going
would
in my fucking pocket.
still not look at my friend no kind of way, but like if we're out partying and I make all this money,
yeah.
I don't know. Like Crystal said, I think maybe you need to take some time and spend this energy and money on yourself and just get comfy and cozy and, you know, and see what's what moving forward, because it's just, it should be that. I mean, I don't know how much it could cost. So, like, I know y'all spend a lot of money on it. What's it like? $20 a mint julep? I don't know what the.
So yeah, I would just say that like this is first of all, I agree with my friend. Like this is a complicated situation, but I think you know what it really comes down to for me is that like I want the memories more than anything else. And for me, like me and my biological family, I'm very close with my mother's side. I'm not close at all with my father's side. For me, my friends are my family and they mean so much to me that the whole like, you know, who's paying for an Uber, who's paying for the Waffle House, who's paying for the Coke, who bought the blunt. Like, for me, that's less of an appointment. That's less important. And it's more about like, can I look back at this in 5, 10, 20, 30, 50 years and be like, nigga, we had a time that night. Like, and I had a good time with my niggas. Like, I just feel like for me, that is more of a priority. But for you, I think it's best for you to, you know, just take some time to figure out if that is your priority. Are these your closest friends? Or is this a friend group that you really could not give two shits about? These are just some people you hang out with because you don't have nothing else to do. Like, I would be less likely to pick up the tab and offer Ubers and all that for people I don't know. In fact, I would be not likely at all to do that. It would literally, and you said these are your friends. It would have to be like a super close friend group for me to be doing something like that.
Yeah.
So there is that, but like
save your money, like
yeah, I mean, and just wanting to save your money, it's not like you are independently wealthy. Like you do still have to work for your money. You're not, you know, one of these girls out here who never has to work and you just have millions at your disposal. So I get it. I really do. I get being cautious about the money you have, but you can't take it with you when you're gone. That's one of my favorite sayings. And the people who really matter to me, like me buying a blunt, me buying an Uber, me paying for dinner, that really does not. And I mean, I have to stress this. My friends don't pay the bill because I trick them out of it. they don't be looking at me.
Right.
They don't.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't turn and look to me to automatically pay everything. They be trying, and I be finagling them bitches out of it. So that is also, if everybody expected me to pay, I would probably feel very differently. So I think
that's what I'm saying.
Talking to your friends and then also like having a very real assessment of the reality of your situation, which is if you're out earning them by $300,000, simply making $300,000 puts you in like the top 1% of global earners. And you need to think about it that way. You have a lot of fucking money, girl.
But my thing is like, you don't owe anybody.
You don't.
My behavior with my friends or whatever and my money comes naturally. It's not something that I do for anything in return or expecting anything or because I want to seem some way. It comes naturally. If it doesn't come naturally to you with these people, that's one thing. And like I also said, and Crystal has said, there's no energy of anybody looking to anybody else or expecting somebody to pick up the tab or anything like that when it comes to that energy as well. So past like you figuring out what it means to have all of this money, you also need to probably take some time to yourself and also have honest conversations with your friends about the way that you feel and feeling like, you know, just like different or maybe not wanting to be treated differently or whatever, however it is that you're feeling.
Or just like, this is not new behavior for y'all. So like, just because I'm making new money don't mean we don't all need to put in $60 for this cocaine. Like, if it's y'all's birthday, then yeah, I'll do that. I'll, you know, but if I decide to take care of something, it's going to be a random surprise. I'm probably not going to like orchestrate it beforehand, but even still, yeah. I feel like I really understand you. And then I also see this bigger picture of like, I want you to understand that like as protective as you are over your newfound status as a rich bitch, like you need to understand that you are a rich bitch. And I think you need to decide what's more important to you. Is it these people or is it the money? Because for most people, they're coming second to my money. But for my real friends that I consider family, for Kid Fury, I would do anything. Don't even ask me what the price is. I'm taking care of it. Like literally anything. So I think you need to ask yourself, like, what are these people to you? What does this money really mean to you? And then move forward accordingly. And hopefully you get to keep your friend group. But if not, you know, I hope it all works out for the best.
Buy some new ones too.
No, girl, you might need to make new rich friends. You might need to, I hate that, honestly, because my closest friends I have had since I was, 12, 13 years old. So for me, like the idea of making new friends because you're rich is very gross to me. But again, my friends don't ask for nothing. I have to coerce them niggas into doing things for them. So
I had like friends.
Everybody's so mad at me.
Rich.
Yeah.
When I was, quite poor.
Oh yeah.
And all it did was make me want to work hard so that I could be quite rich.
The only person who I ever
still doing.
The only person who I ever was like, oh, he got it was Charlamagne. Because Charlamagne said that when he's out to dinner with richer niggas than him, he makes those niggas pay. So I was like, oh, okay. So if I'm out to dinner with you,
yeah, I bet.
Then you're paying for this, my nigga. Like, I'm not even finna ask. I'm not even finna go in my purse like I'm doing that. Like, I'm not finna do that. But otherwise, It's all about, like which relationship means more to me, the money or the relationships, the friendships, the camaraderie. And for me and my friends, it's that over everything else. But good luck to you with figuring it out. Just really think about how, I know America can make you feel like you're making $500,000 and it's not that much money, but it is. It is. You might live in New York
good
or
money,
San
yeah.
Francisco or LA or somewhere else very expensive. But baby, that is a lot of fucking money. So, good luck with figuring all that out. Let's move on to our last letter from Ivory. Ivory's got
Did you say that name?
Yes, I said that first, but then I decided to do Charlotte's letter. So now we're going. So now we're coming back to Ivory's letter. Ivory says, "I'm a 20-year-old mother with another baby on the way. I'm in a happy relationship, and I'm at the happiest point I have ever been in my adult life. I've been homeless and living on Skid Row since I was 16, and this year I was able to move into my dream apartment after working hard and building up my credit. I was going through a healing journey earlier this year and decided to invite my mom over to see my place since she kicked me out when I was 14. I decided to allow her to come over and have a relationship with my daughter. My mom has 5 kids, and her last son is with her current husband, who she moved here from overseas when I was 14. She gave her new son my bedroom and sent me to live with my dad, who I barely knew, which obviously did not work out. Fast forward to today, my mother bought her first home, which was supposed to be a family house, but she had 2 of my teenage brothers move an hour away with one of her friends because she said it's better for their basketball career. Am I wrong for thinking that my mother is selfishly moving my brothers away so she can have the quote unquote perfect family with her husband and their son? The woman my brothers moved in with is a great person, but she's a night nurse. So she really won't be home with them, and her kids already smoke weed in the house whenever they feel like it. I just think my mom is throwing all her kids out when they get to the teenage stage, and I feel like this freedom is going to have them wilding and really fucking up any chance that they might have on an NBA career. What do y'all think about the situation? Am I wrong for just wanting to cut my mom off for good and never speaking to her again? Thanks, Ivory."
Jeez.
Ivory, I think you're in a very difficult position for somebody who is so young and so aware.
We're in an era of that.
Like, Ivory is only 20, but you've lived on Skid Row for the past 4 years. You have a baby, you have another one, and you have experienced some incredibly severe trauma from your mother. Like, being kicked out and having your bedroom given to somebody else and having your whole existence really being upended. That is a huge thing. That's not small at all. So I'm not shocked that first of all, you're only 20. So I'm not shocked that you gave your mother another chance, but I'm also not surprised that you see this happening to your younger siblings and you want to rush into it and protect them. I fully get that. And I don't even think you're wrong. Your mother, I'll say this, anybody who kicks their child out so they can build a quote unquote new family with another nigga has some very deep issues that have nothing to do with you.
It's unfortunate because it should have.
Yes.
What they're doing should have everything to do with it.
I mean, and the sad fact is that their actions do have an effect on you, but they have nothing to do with you.
Right.
Your mother is doing this because of her shit, not because there was something wrong with you. She kicked you out at 14 to go live with your daddy who you barely knew because of her shit. And she's kicking out her other sons now based off this letter because of her shit, not because of these kids. She's chasing, based off what you've said, it sounds to me like she's chasing an ideal that she can't even really live up to. And so to her, to get closer to that ideal means to get rid of everything that's in the way. And that includes these kids from another nigga and whatever else. Like just pretending she didn't have these other 4 kids before this one and everything is brand new with this new nigga and all this. Like, that's not a healthy way of blending families. A healthy way is saying, here are my other 4 children that you knew I had when we got together. However many daddies they have or not is inconsequential. These are my children. They come with me. You either accept me and my kids or you don't accept any of us. So I feel like you've given your mother a lot of grace already, letting her back into your life, letting her even see your apartment, letting her have a relationship with your child. I get the urge to want to take care of your brothers here. What I would do, you're a 20-year-old mother with another baby on the way. You probably don't have the space or the time or the ability to take in 2 teenage boys. So what I would do is be the best big sister I could to them, letting them know, look, I'm here for you. I understand mama kicked y'all out. She kicked me out when I was 14. She's kicking y'all out now that y'all are in the 11th grade. Like, I get it. And we can always talk. Y'all can always come over. We can commiserate. I'm glad that they're with somebody that you trust and that you think is a good guardian. But yeah, I think that would be my first thought would not be like, oh, should I cut off my mother? Should I never speak to her again? Like, she's doing the worst thing. If I really care about my brothers, my first priority is going to be like making sure they know that no matter what in this hellish world, they have me as a beacon. No matter what.
Yeah. Yeah.
Above all else. What do you think, friend?
No, I totally agree. I feel like, you know, I would also want to do everything that I could, but it's just not your responsibility. And like I think you said, like, I don't even know if you have the capability to take on that level of responsibility right now.
Right.
And you shouldn't.
Because you're 20 years old.
It's just, I hate the fact that at that young, you have to even consider something like that when you already have kids of your own and, you know, your own trauma and stuff that you need to deal with. But yeah, I likewise would be very glad that they do have someone who is watching after them and that they can trust. And then I would also try to just be the funny, fly, there for you sibling that you can come and I wouldn't let you cuss. I don't like my love. I don't like my listen. I don't like I think I just have gotten over it like recently. For the longest time, they'd be like in their early 20s. I'd be like, excuse me, like
right.
What did you just say? We don't do that. Like, no, but it's just me and them in the room. Like, my parents aren't there. Like, what did you do? You better get your ass off that Halo before, so.
Right.
But no, I would definitely just try to be there, be present, be reliable as possible in the familial way.
Yeah.
That I could, like, to be that family that is going to not possibly let them down the way mom might have.
Right. And I mean, honestly, Ivory, I just want to say that, like, you being kicked out of your family home at 14 to go live with your dad and then ending up on Skid Row at 16 and now you're 20, you've been through a lot in the years when you should have had the most parental support. In the years when you should have been the most secure, you didn't have that. So I really think for you, if you feel like confronting your mother, that is a great idea. It sounds like you are completely independent of her in every way. So I don't see anything wrong with saying, hey, girl, what you did to me was fucked up. And what you're doing to my younger brothers now is fucked up. Probably what you've done to my other siblings is fucked up. Like, I fully support confronting her on that. and also being the beacon that you think your teenage brother. Honestly, this may be a horrible thing to think or say. Your brothers might be better off with this other lady than they are with your mother if she's willing to throw them out because she wants what she thinks is the ideal family and they don't fit that mold. They really might be better off with her. So I feel like my main thing is making sure that the people I love know that like they don't have to go through nobody else to get to me. You can come straight to me, whatever it is. Lord knows I have told my nephew, and he be looking at me like, bitch, what are you talking about? Like, because I'll be like, because he'll be talking about Pokemon. And I'll be like, Eddie love you so much. And like, no matter what, you can't talk to your mom. You can't talk to your dad. You can always call Eddie. And he'd be like, girl, what?
This is why we turn into them. Because what are you talking about? This is the era when we turn into them. Because I'll be doing the exact same shit. Like,
I'd be like, Eddie would do anything for you. And he's just like, girl, what? I said I wanted some Nikes.
They're talking about like NBA Youngboy or YBN LMNLP and fucking Pokemon Snap or whatever the goddamn.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I will kill for you.
Yeah.
And I don't care what your mama talking about. I don't care what your dad's talking about. You can come talk to me about anything.
Said that
if you
to
need
him.
Just come and stand like.
And he's just like, girl, nobody asked you to murder. Any murder.
Literally fine. I just said I was hungry. I just.
Like, so who's not feeding you over there? And he will send you some Hot Pockets.
You know what? Never mind. Like, this is weird. You're weird.
And so so there's definitely like this like, ooh, let me not project onto this child the things that I went through, the adult I wish I had in my life. But since your brothers have actually been removed from their childhood home, removed from their mother, that's extremely traumatic. For your own mother to say, you need to leave my home, that's a hard thing to deal with. So I think for you, you need to be the best mother you can to your children. Make sure your brothers know you're there as a support system, but also that whoever they're living with is much better equipped to care for them as far as space and money and whatever else. And just make sure they know you're there. But I think what will be most healing for you is confronting your mother and saying, hey, girl, and if I were you, I wouldn't even bring my brothers into it unless I had to. Make it about you. You might not be used to that, but make it about you. Say you kicked me out at 14 when I needed my mother the fucking most. You sent me to live with a stranger and I ended up on Skid fucking Row. And I got my shit together for me and my family, my children. Without you, bitch. No thanks to you, bitch. Have that conversation. But yeah, otherwise, this is just extremely sad. And I'm wishing you the absolute best, my dear. Anything else from you before we wrap up the questions? No. Okay. That is going to be it for the questions this week. If you have... Why are we already at 2 fucking hours?
We're wrapping
up the goddamn questions. It's my my fucking birthday. Send your questions. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We're gonna take another quick break and niggas will be right back. Hey, y'all, the best time to prepare for growth is before the opportunity arrives, especially for online businesses. We know all about that, and so does ShipStation. ShipStation sets you up for growth by directly integrating with every shopping cart and storefront, so your products are easier to find, easier to manage, and easier to get into the hands of your loving, happy customers. Don't wait until you're drowning in orders to find the right shipping solution. Upgrade to ShipStation today. ShipStation integrates with every platform, including Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, etc. Manage all your shipping from one simple interface. You save time with consolidated order management and automated shipping updates for your customers. And you can easily compare carriers, rates, and delivery times to get the most out of every send. You can get the same discounted shipping rates as major, giant Fortune 500 companies, whether you're just sending a small stack or a whole truck full. Lord knows that we do a lot of shipping over at shoptheread.com. Shout out to Alex, who manages all that and says that like managing with ShipStation makes everything so much easier. Everything is in one simple interface, very easy to manage. We can handle anytime anybody has issues or concerns. And it is just so much less stressful than being overwhelmed by random orders coming in from all over the place. So thank you so much to everybody who has shopped with us through ShipStation. If you have a business, you can ship more and grow more with ShipStation. Head on over to shipstation.com today. Sign up with promo code READ for a free 60-day trial. Again, start today and get set up before the biggest shipping season of the year begins. We're already midway through September, girls. It's almost time, if you are owning a business, to start thinking about them holidays, girl. So again, start today and get set up with 2 months free by going to shipstation.com, clicking the mic at the top of the page and typing in code READ. That's shipstation.com, code READ. Let them know Kid Fury and Crystal sent you, and let's wrap up the show.
Okay, we're back, and it is now time for the read. Take it away.
It is great. I just have 2 very quick things to say, and then I'll be out of your fucking hair. First and foremost, D.L. Hughley.
Why the hell?
Why would she pipe up about anything? We literally don't know. But the thing is, like, same way. Remember when I talked about Tevin Campbell last week? I said that TMZ found Tevin Campbell, and that's where we got this statement from. It's the exact same thing with D.L. Hughley. TMZ found D.L. Hughley while everybody was stressed out about Lizzie dying. And he decided to say, because of course niggas was having big fun with this on the internet. D.L. Hughley decided to talk about how like there's a time and place to let all this out. You know, this is really symptomatic of a lack of compassion. And, you know, this generation just has no humanity, and they let that all out behind the screen, and he don't have nothing to do with that. And the rest of you niggas need to straighten up and stop being so mean. And even if there is rightful criticism of the queen, there's a time and place. And all I want to say is, like, when a bitch sits on the throne for 70 fucking years.
Right.
And not once over those 70 years says, you know what? Let me give back the things my country stole. Let me give back the things my father, grandfather, great-grandfather, and mothers and aunties, sisters, cousins, husbands, these are all the same person. Like, let me give back the things that these people stole. She had 70 years to say, these are blood diamonds in my crown. Let me remove these and give them back to the country from whence they came, and chose not to do that. She had 70 years to renounce colonialism, to say, you know what? I'm going to actually go to every nation that we've colonized and work out negotiations with them to where they're free from British rule and won't suffer financially because of it. She had 7 decades, which is longer than a lot of Black Americans even live. She had 7 decades on the throne to go back and be like, my bad, this was fucked up, I'm sorry, and chose not to do it. So for you, a nigga to be like, oh, well, you know, it's a time and place for all that. Girl, shut up. We don't want to hear that. And especially from you, especially from a nigga who said that, like, the outside baby that he had when he was cheating on his wife was like an issue. Remember when D.L. Hughley had a baby with his mistress and was like, Oh, I was praying to God. I said, Lord, take this burden off me. I don't know what to do. And then the baby mama's boyfriend, like, inadvertently murdered the baby. And he was like, oh, my prayer was answered, Lord, in the worst possible way. But God took that burden off of me.
No idea what you're talking
We
about.
talked about it on this show.
I forgot.
I mean,
I probably erased it from my memory.
D.L. Hughley, a nigga who has been like, I prayed for this baby to not be a problem no more, and it's not, I didn't ask for it to be murdered, but wow, no longer my issue. Let's give a hand clap for God. I literally don't want to hear that from you about the Queen of fucking England. America is not even under British rule anymore and has not been for quite a while. And even if we were, for you as a Negro American to be on the Queen's dick like this is more than disgusting. Please grow up. Please act like you have some sense and something about yourself. Like that somebody brought you up, that somebody raised you, that somebody taught you things that matter in this world. Because that is the dumbest fucking thing. Oh, it's not the time or the place to talk about the Queen. When is it? When is it? Because the bitch had, again, 7 decades, longer than you've been alive. She had 7 decades on the throne to be like, you know what? You go ahead and dissolve all this royal family bullshit. Give back all the hundreds of millions of dollars that my family has acquired in wealth and assets over the years. Like, tell Charles and Harry and William and all them other niggas, like, girl, give it up. Tell Camilla, like, you may have been a side hoe. You'll never be queen. Like, you could have all of this. You could have made a stance over 7 decades and chose to not. So, D.L. Hughley, you as a nigga piping up in defense of a white bitch who never chose to walk back the decisions of herself and her ancestors. Like, just look at how many different nations were colonized while she was in power. And think twice about this, okay? Especially you as somebody who prayed that God would take your outside baby off your conscience. Secondly, Jimmy Kimmel. I'm not even going to do too much. I swear to God, I'm not. I swear I'm not. But when the whole bit started with Will Arnett dragging him out on stage, I said, okay, white nonsense as usual. Didn't really pay too much attention to it. The nominees are read off.
To just get it.
I mean, and because like, no shade. This is legitimately not shade to white people. Y'all's comedy is boring compared to ours. So Will Arnett dragging him out on stage and then he's like playing the dead guy like, oh, I'm too drunk, I'm too fucked up or whatever to be a part of this. Okay, we don't care. They read off the nominees. Quinta wins. Here's my problem. I get that this was the bit and Jimmy Kimmel was going to lay there acting comatose regardless of who won. I understand that. What I'm saying is that, like, part of white supremacy means that you don't even understand what it looks like for you as a big old white man to lay there in the middle of the fucking stage while this black girl accepts her first Emmy for a show that means so much to us. Like, it really didn't even have to be a show that means so much to the rest of us. It's the fact that Quinta is like 24 years younger than you, and you chose still to lay there and you didn't even have to think about what it would look like because you're a white man and those kind of things never really have to matter to you. And to her credit, Quinta, when, she was backstage and being interviewed, said that, she wasn't really tripping and she felt like the internet, maybe I felt differently, which tells me that she knew. That she knew. That niggas was like, why the fuck is Jimmy Kimmel still sitting right there? But like, that she said, I'm going to go on his show on Wednesday. So maybe right now, Quinta is talking about this shit with Jimmy Kimmel and they're working it out. But it didn't sit right with me. Not just as like, oh, it's a prank, oh, it's a gag, oh, he was gonna lay there and be dead regardless of who won, but like the fact that you didn't have to think about it. As a Black woman, if I was part of a gag where it was like, oh, we're dragging her out on stage, blah, blah, blah. As soon as I hear that a Black woman won, you know what I'm going to do? Tuck my fucking knees in and forward roll my Black ass the fuck out of the way. I'm never going to take away from a Black person finally being recognized by the establishment. Because it don't mean anything to everybody, but it does mean a lot to a lot of people. And if Quinta wants to continue working with giant networks like ABC and everybody else she called out in her acceptance speech and all that, she probably has to make nice with white people. I'm not trying to put words in her mouth. I'm not trying to say how she really felt about it. I'm saying for me, I felt like it was extremely disrespectful. It would have been disrespectful to anybody. It was more so disrespectful because a young black woman won the award. And I really appreciate the fact that Cheryl Lee Ralph said, yeah, I didn't understand it. I said, I don't understand what's going on. Tell that white boy to get up. And then she understood. Like, she found out that it was Jimmy Kimmel. And, you know, the lady who plays Miss Sheminti, old girl from It Takes Two or Twin City or whatever that twin movie is called with Lindsay Lohan. Yes, Lisa Ann Walter. She was like, girl, I thought it was funny. I thought it played funny. It wasn't no big deal. And she was like, for me, I was confused. Shout out to Auntie Cheryl Lee Ralph, because she was like, I wanted that man to get up after that. I felt like it was, ridiculous and let's do something differently. She is also going to be on Jimmy Kimmel tonight. So I won't be surprised if we, get done recording this and then go watch. And it's a whole like thing with Jimmy and Quinta and
likely.
Yes. And Miss Ralph, where it's like, they're talking about it. And Jimmy's like, wow, I'm a big dumb white oaf. And I apologize.
I doubt it.
I mean, I doubt it too, because white man, but I just felt like it's not even that you didn't get up, because that's bad enough. It's that you didn't even think to get up. It's that you thought staying dedicated to the gag was more important. And my favorite moment of this is seeing the screenshots and the photos taken and seeing Natasha Rothwell in the background staring at Jimmy Kimmel like, girl, what are you doing? Like, get the fuck up. But again, for me, it's not even that you didn't get up. It's that you didn't even think to get up. It's that you didn't even think about what it meant for your 50-something white ass to be in the middle of the stage as this Black woman accepts our first Emmy. That's what it was to me. And Jimmy Kimmel can fuck right off for that. And the Shade Room, I would just say this one last thing before I leave. The Shade Room posted my tweet about this situation and niggas dragging Jimmy Kimmel, which I said was very much deserved. And one of y'all commented and said, girl, delete this. Crystal don't like y'all. And I screamed. Because Crystal don't like y'all. Crystal do not fuck this with the Shade Room. Exactly that. Like, y'all can be compiling reactions or whatever else, and at the same time, like, y'all are still part of the problem as far as I'm concerned. But, Jimmy Kimmel is another white man doing white man things. He'll never really have to suffer any consequences, but, and maybe Quinta and Miss Ralph will get him together on tonight's episode of the show, and that'll be that. But as far as I was concerned, it was just a really gross display of white supremacy and what white supremacy can protect you from. Because again, he didn't even think about what it would mean for Quinta to have to step over this white man and like saying multiple times, like, you're not gonna get up? Like, girl, get up. Like, I've won, like the gag is over. So I just found it gross and disgusting, and yeah, wish white people would do better. But that's it for me and my reads for the week. What do you have going on, friend?
Yeah, I have been over Jimmy Kimmel since he cried over that damn lion. And
oh my God. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Oh, wait. Yes.
So this was not surprising to me.
You right.
At all.
You right.
I just find that nigga to be annoying.
You right. Yeah.
I'll let the rest of the girls tell it. For me, this week I want to sort of reiterate something that I said during last week's read about, well, it was directed towards the Lord of the Rings fandom and them needing to calm the fuck down about elves being black.
Yeah.
I'd like to pass over a similar sentiment to fans of a cartoon fish from 1950. When the fuck did that movie come out? Let's see. 1960.
Oh, Lord. What are you even talking about?
Girl, the original one, Google. 19. Oh my God, 1989. The movie came out when I was born.
Wow.
We're talking about 1960 something.
You did say that as if it was like the truly elderly amongst us.
Whatever. It's because it's based on a book from like 1832. Like, anyways, girls, mermaids. Fictional.
Oh, yes. Oh, the original. I didn't know that was what you're talking about. That did come out a long time ago. The original like Little Mermaid came out in like in the 1800s.
Yeah, the book or the fairy tale.
The one that was like, it was a lot more morbid than that fucking movie. Yeah.
Hans Christian
Andersen.
Whoever the fuck wrote that down.
That was not a happy story. That was some sad shit. Yeah, it was sick.
I just want to remind you guys that mermaids are fake. They're not real.
Yeah. Say it again.
The movie that's coming out, I believe next year, starring Halle Bailey, was cast the way that it was because it was earned. I believe that we spoke about this briefly when the casting was announced, and I feel like I said something along the lines of, I'm certain that they heard this girl sing and we're finished.
Yeah.
The director of the film at D23, which I'm determined to go to next year because they have the things, but that's neither here nor there. The director of the film said pretty much just that. Halle was the first casting video that he saw among, I'm sure, hundreds after that. He said he saw pretty much everyone, heard pretty much everyone. And Halle set the bar so damn high, nobody could pass it. So that's really where we are with things. Deal with the fact that, first of all, nobody was going to beat the doll baby when it came to performance.
Period.
That's just it. That's it. Get over it. The end. Period. When it came to who was going to embody this character outside of color, nobody was seeing the doll. The end. You can stay pissed about it.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to really remind you is that even if they did hire Lea Michele or whoever the fuck to come and ruin this goddamn movie, you would still find something to... I think that y'all still don't understand how adaptations work, specifically live action adaptations of animated things. There are things that you can do in cartoons that just don't make sense or do not translate into live action. I saw someone comment and say, well, I don't have a problem with Ariel being black. It's just everything looks so dark in the trailer. It's just like, where's all the bright color? It's a movie about a mermaid. I just don't understand why it's so dark.
But it's not animated. Okay. All right.
Why don't you jump in a paddle boat
at night,
row out in the middle of the sea, and just dive over the side. I don't care if you come back up, but I pray that what happens is that you realize that the ocean is dark. It's dark. Like, especially at night when there's no sun, much like you outside in like, I don't understand. Like, it is alive. This is what I said also the first motherfucking time. If it wasn't the fact that it was a black Ariel, it was going to be that her hair ain't bright enough. Flounder's not fat. Guess what? Sebastian, if Sebastian's even in it, is not going to look like what he did in the motherfucking cartoon, because crabs don't fucking look like that. So I don't know. For a lot of y'all who, for whatever reason, have made this animated white fish girl your identity,
oh, God.
I think that you probably needed to just accept the fact that this was never going to be for you from the moment that they said adaptation, much less live action. Yeah. You can still, but it also reminds me of when they did the Lion King live action CG, whatever that shit was, when that thing came out and people put the like animated Disney eyes over the like CGI live action lions, and we're like, well, I expected it to look like this. Where are the bright eyes and stuff? But lions, bitch, girl, you want to watch a cartoon,
girl, you do. That you do.
And I have incredible news for you. You can.
It exists.
There's a movie that came out in 1989. I just learned. Called The Little Mermaid. You can watch it right now. It holds up. Like, yeah. If you liked it then, you're probably gonna like it now. You can still watch it. This movie ain't got to have nothing to do with you. If you didn't like it for that, you would like it because somebody didn't sing the song this way. That per character didn't look this way in the motherfucking movie. Where is this thing? Like, but just bringing it back to the point that I want to make, which again echoes my point from last week. Mermaids are fictional.
They are.
This one's brown.
Period.
Get the fuck over it. The end. The end. That's it. The end. Yeah. This will also very likely not be the one and only time that there is an adaptation of the Little Mermaid story, because it isn't the first one since, like, first of all, the one that you grew up on is an adaptation. I want to remind you.
Thank you. It's not even the first one since
like
Disney.
The original Little Mermaid didn't even have red hair.
It's nothing like this. It's nothing like the fucking movie. It's sad. It's tragic. It does not end happily. Go look it up if you don't know the story.
I mean, none of those stories that Disney adapted from fairy tales and stuff, most of them end tragically with whatever pretty white woman dying in some horrible way. But as far as this goes, like, y'all aren't entitled to any motherfucking thing. You also are not obligated to anything. You don't have to watch this. What you do have to do is deal. And if you see clips like the clips that I have seen of little black girls reacting to seeing the Ariel that they also know looking something like them and singing her black ass spins off.
Yes.
If you can watch that and still bitch and moan as an adult, most of you, that Ariel's skin isn't pale or her hair isn't red enough, then I just don't know what jail to put you in, but we got to find one. Yeah. Because you don't belong in the streets. That's that. Lastly, I would just like to say, again, on piggybacking off of the female rap fuck shit from earlier.
Okay.
Lil Kim has a remix to the Plan B song.
Oh, I didn't even listen
Megan
to
Thee
that.
Stallion. That's on Megan Thee Stallion's album.
Yeah.
And then listen to it because Megan didn't promote it. But On the song, which is very clearly, has always very clearly been about exes, which is very, very clearly directed at niggas.
Well,
Lil Kim says the lines, how does it go? Nigga, you was a bitch. Your father's a bitch. Your brother's a bitch. Keep acting like this, and your son gonna be a bitch. Now, if you listen to the song or know anything like about Lil Kim's life for the past however many years, the song is directed, or his verse directed at her child's father.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, 50 Cent decided that he wanted to insert himself into this needlessly, as he does in a lot of issues with Black women minding their business.
Not this man again.
And he tagged this and said, he tagged Nicki and said to her, "You better light her ass up. I'm watching." She said something about the baby, meaning or alleging that Lil Kim was talking to Nicki and about Nicki's son.
Oh, I thought you meant Duh Baby, the rapper. I'm like, oh, girl, who cares?
No.
Hit her baby, Papa Bear. Okay, all right.
Yes.
Yikes.
He's alleging that Lil Kim is dissing Papa Bear on this verse. And then says about Kim's child, her baby, I fucked up. LOL.
No. Oh, God, he is garbage. God damn. I thought we all agreed that kids were off limits. Did we not?
This will be one of numerous heinous things that he has said that he'll get away with. But wow. I'm just confused as to why you needed to insert yourself into this shit in the first place. First of all, messy, shady, miserable, lonely. I think all of these things about 50 Cent.
Absolutely.
Stupid, not necessarily. So for you to insert yourself in this and try and instigate drama between these two grown-ass women over a verse that you know ain't got nothing to do with one or the other.
Right.
To me, it's just confusing. And it also speaks to my same frustration about the state of female hip hop in general. Because I feel like past the fandom is one thing. Like, stands, a lot of y'all make up like, 14 and 15-year-olds who don't know any better right now. I'm not going to go back and forth with you like at all. No. And then a lot of y'all are like 30-something-year-olds who just are completely dedicated to this type of mess and tomfoolery on like a day-to-day basis. And I'm super not going back and forth with you.
Ain't no way.
I don't, it is what it is. Like, y'all got that. But it does not help your fave. It doesn't. As I said, it's not making anybody's music any better. It actually doesn't even help sell their music any better. It doesn't help them grow as a person, as an artist, or mature. So, like, you're not doing your fave as many favors as you think they do.
Right.
Or as you think that you are.
Exactly.
But that's neither here nor there. This is specifically to niggas like 50 Cent, grown-ass motherfuckers in the industry, whether they are artists or label heads that intentionally stir up shit with women to keep them clawing at each other and essentially keep them down. Because y'all know that if women were to band together consistently and work together and support each other consistently the way that y'all bitch ass non-rapping ass lame ass niggas do, that the whole entire landscape of the music industry would shift in a way that y'all are not prepared to deal with. Y'all are not interested in dealing with. And y'all are really just like, for several reasons. A, you lazy. B, you don't want women to take over. Like, it's if Megan Cardi and if let's say that we Men in Black flashlight laser memoried away all of the shade from their minds. If Megan Cardi and Nicki Minaj all went on tour together right now, it would be like one of the highest selling, biggest insane. Like, it would really send these fucking blazer and a Target t-shirt wearing ass label executives to the table, having to shift a whole bunch of stuff, and you can't continue to use this bitch ass excuses of, you know, women don't support each other or they're too risky and this, that, and the third and all this other, when it comes to like investing in women, supporting women, backing them, and doing all of the stuff that you do for all of these other niggas. Like, these niggas really, A, can't rap, B, don't even like each other, but still support each other off of this strength and lift each other up, go on tour with each other, give each other a feature. The amount of some of your, like, the most poppin', touring, rich ass, non-rapping rap niggas right now who are solely where they are because they got, like, support. Not just a feature, but like tour, photo, you're at all my parties. I have great things to say about you when I'm interviewed by LeBron James or whoever the fuck. Like,
yeah, all that.
They support each other in a way, but like, I consistently see grown ass, too old for this shit, bitter ass niggas like 50 Cent who do whack shit like this intentionally with like the desire of seeing girls go at it so that they can just laugh.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense to me. And then on top of that, for you to be talking about her kids, I like.
So stank, so ugly, so gross.
If ever worry about your own kids were like the thing to say, it is now.
Yeah.
Y'all are weird. As I said earlier in the show, at this point, I just want to hear the songs. I just want to enjoy the music. All of this other weird ass, lame ass shit and trying to get girls to bicker with each other about nonsense and he said, she said, and all this goddamn Andy Cohen ass, Bravo Presents ass bullshit that y'all got infiltrating the reps. Like, I'm not.
Yes, Bravo Presents.
Again, I get it. Like, a lot of y'all are trying to get attention. A lot of y'all want to sell records. A lot of y'all want to see others fail. Whatever the kid, I don't care. If the music's not good, I don't give a fuck what you got to talk about at all. On a tweet, on a blog, on a Twitter space, or whatever the fuck them shits are called. I'm not interested. Yeah. And all you weird ass niggas trying to get girls to beef with each other because you ain't got nothing else to do. Please, like, get a therapist.
Yeah. Please.
I'm done.
They're out here, like, they're ready and willing and able to help. They want to do this. It's kind of like how white people have decided to start using the word woke to just mean black. So like they will talk about like how you brought up Halle Bailey being Ariel, and they'll be like, oh, this new woke Ariel, you just mean Negro. I feel that same way. Like, y'all are just saying things to fill up space, to pretend like you have a point, and none of it really fucking matters. You can fuck right off with all that bullshit. And that is going to wrap up this week's episode of The Read. Make sure you check
As far as woke.
Oh, okay. Amen. Yes.
As far as woke goes, as I've said before, that's why people not knowing how to mind their business. Well, y'all took some shit that we... Like, niggas literally was just saying, like, stay woke. Like,
it's always meant, like, awareness for us. It's always meant, like, understand what's going on culturally, understand what's going on with us as a people. It's never meant, like... Well, of course, white people got a hold of it, and now it's ruined. But it didn't mean... Now there's
woke culture.
Yes, no, it was never that.
It's never...
Staying woke honestly meant staying aware of white people's shenanigans. So the fact that y'all have something to say about it is really crazy.
And casting characters a certain type of way and got it doesn't so literally just by the definition of the word doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
So again, just get over yourselves.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. We're all gonna die. This place sucks.
And on that cheerful note, that will wrap up this week's episode of The Read. Make sure you check us out at thisistheread.com. You can find us on social media at thisistheread. I just want to say I completely agree with everything Kid Fury said. Everybody who has an issue with Black Ariel or whatever else can truly suck a dick and get the fuck over it, it matters not. It matters
If it
not.
wasn't that, you would just be mad about something else. Oh my God. Prince Eric's hair it just wasn't good enough. It wasn't big enough.
A little bit too much of a curl, you girls. I don't know. Oh my God, you guys, it's like a little bit too much of a curl. But anyway, the show's almost
at... goodness, Ursula was a 16 in the movie and she's supposed to be more of a 17.
God, I don't get it.
Just watch the original, girl. Just watch the first one.
If that's how you really... I mean, because white people are making whole arguments like, well, in real life, somebody who lived that far beneath the ocean wouldn't be dark-skinned. First of all, Hallie is not...
How would you know that? Real people don't live that far beneath the ocean.
Thank you, because real people don't... Mer people don't exist. There's no such thing as a half-human, half-fish who lives below the ocean surface. And if they did, perhaps they would not be dark-skinned. But Hallie is also not dark-skinned. You talk about...
If they did exist, they wouldn't look like Emma Stone, bitch.
Oh my God. This person
probably
should be...
look like The Fly.
They should have see-through skin like other scary things under the ground. I don't remember you saying that about the white animated version of this fish. You literally are only mad because she's Black. Get the fuck over. Did you see the video of the little white girl who was like, is it just me? Or was that Whitney Houston?
That Whitney Houston? The thing that made that so funny to me is that, like, I think she knows Whitney Houston is dead.
Yeah.
So she was, like, doubly confused.
Yeah.
Like,
and her mother or whoever uploaded it posted on TikTok and was like, she knows Whitney Houston is gone, so she thought they filmed it in heaven. Which is the sweetest thing. Like, it literally made me tear up when I read that. That they was like, bitch, do they have cameras in heaven? Because I thought that was Whitney Houston.
Kids really, like, I hate them, but they deserve better. They really do, man.
They do.
Like,
especially because she was looking like, girl, turn this camera off. Get this camera out my fucking face.
Like, I'm trying to figure out some real shit and you're exploiting my confusion.
Yeah. And so then she's like, girl, is it Whitney or not? And then to find out, like, no, Whitney didn't film this in heaven. That's another Black girl that you don't know. Like,
I was looking up, like, for whatever reason, I thought of, like, when I was a kid and, like, we got, like, how Burger King used to have all of the Disney toys and stuff like that. And I looked up a bunch of them just out of curiosity and to desire for nostalgia on, like, Amazon and Google Images just to see what they looked like again. And, you know, they're all shit. Like,
they are.
Those fastest toys are shit. Like, they do nothing.
Absolutely.
They're so not exciting. Like, 100%. At all. But when we were kids, they were like...
everything to us.
Oh, my God. Like, the possibilities were endless. Like, I felt like... the way that your mind is just so freer.
Yes, it's very malleable.
Much, like, freer.
Yeah.
Before it is just racked with despair and self-doubt, anxiety, terror.
And it don't have to be that way.
And hatred.
It don't have to be that way. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So, I mean, shout out to that little girl.
Well, on that note,
yeah.
Great.
Shout out to all the Black little girls who saw themselves in the new Ariel. You deserve. Make sure you check us out at This Is The Read, thisistheread.com, patreon.com/thisistheread. We are going to head on out because it has been almost 3 hours of this fucking show.
You did the letters were way too long.
Oh, so it's me. It's my fault.
The letters are way too long.
So it wasn't the topics. Or the reads. No. The reads themselves were 40 minutes. But it wasn't the topics or the reads. It was the letters. Okay.
Those are way too long.
I will remember that. Take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend. Take a shot for me. Donate something to niggas who actually need it in honor of my birthday if you really want to do that. But take care of yourselves. Be good, and we will see you. Oh, wait, do you have something to say before we leave? I don't want to cut you off. All right. So then we will see you whores next week. Goodbye.